Right, we're live. What a privilege to have Jill Leighton in my lounge here in Taikorea, just out of Palmerston North. And so, Jill,
Yes, what?
tell me,
What?
tell me, how long has the you being a Pied Piper leading your band of merry people astray? We know it's astray. Come on.
What are those ukulele things? I think it's 4 years in May, so it's about, I don't know, 3 and 3/4 years I've been doing it. Yeah.
Tell me, why did you? What prompted the start? I mean, I think
I was,
if we go back to your roots, let's actually go back and
okay.
talk a little bit about your ukulele roots. You know,
They're non-existent. Like, I didn't start doing ukulele till fairly recently. Um, the first group I started was in Porirua. Some people asked me, and I only knew. No, in fact, I didn't know any chords. I said yes, and then I learnt 3 chords, and then every week I'd learn and look up a chords, and then I'd show them those ones. So I was only 1 week ahead of them.
see what you're saying is you've been bluffing them, right? Yeah,
And that
you're
was,
fobbing your way through it.
yeah, that was the first one. And then there was one I helped with at the correspondence, what was then called the correspondence school. It's Te Aho Te Kura Pounaungi now, but that's those days. And then I was in a group, a Kaumātua group down in Chicago. But I'm a really, really basic guitar player, but I always played the guitar all through my teaching and everything. It was always the guitar. But the ukulele is fantastic because you can actually, it's a lot more intimate. You can sit closer to the students, and because I was with early childhood and special needs, you can sit close to the students and do one-on-one music and stuff like that. Was the guitar such a big barrier when you're working with
Yeah, that's a valid point,
smaller
actually.
children?
Yeah, I've never considered that.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
You can just sit, you can snuggle up to somebody. There were, one of
yeah,
the most amazing images in my mind was one boy with special needs whose fingers just came from his shoulders, and he leant against me. He'd be about 10-year-old, a lovely boy, and he just put his cheek against me, and I had the ukulele up, and he just gently played touched the strings with his fingers. It was absolutely beautiful. So you can do the most amazing moments of music with a small instrument, but with the guitar it wouldn't have worked the same way with the guitar. Yeah. So yeah. So I never meant to do the ukulele, and I never meant to start a big group. But my life's been a bit like that, not quite planned. It's a happening. My life's a
no. You just go ahead and do it, and then apologise later. That's what people normally say.
And then in Tauranga, people asked me if I'd give it a start, and at that point I was still working full time, and I just didn't have the time to. So I said, well, we'll do one time slot, and that people had asked me they all have to come at the same time. I couldn't do it individually, and that's when we went down to Jack Dustys and the whole thing, and then they brought their friends along, and then it just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and now it's like a blooming circus.
Tell me a bit more about the circus. How big is this circus now, from when you first started to where you're at now?
Well, I think I could never quite remember. It was under 10. I think it was about 8 or 7 of us. I don't know. It was a really small number. And now, over 3.5 years later, we're consistently about 120. But for the breakup party, someone was counting and said that I think there was between 150 and 160 people there. Some people come just to sing, but the majority are playing the ukulele.
I would look at it like this: that's 160 lives touched.
Well, what the instrument actually just gives us permission to all get together and have a nice night. And I always run it on a jam level. We're not trying to be. None of us are musicians. Some people have never played before, and they're just on the one chord all night. But they're joking.
That's cool.
They're meeting other people, and I've seen huge improvement. Like just simply by coming along all the time, they do pick it up, and people are getting quite competent. In fact, very competent. But it's
Kudos
just
to
happening.
kudos to Anne, so people like myself can actually sneak a look in the window of the ukulele
Yeah,
group
and
and
the
have a
videos.
look, and the videos and the photographs, they say a lot, and actually they speak words that aren't even thought of at the time. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's like the joy that's there. The videos show the reaction of the of the players, and then you can hear the singing coming from people watching, and that's wonderful. There's a lot to be said about the magic of music around
Yeah,
that.
and just being together as a big group, and a very, very safe on every level. Like, people aren't exposed musically because everybody's playing and singing together, so that's safe. We have this kaupapa where we leave politics and anything divisive out the door. At the door, we just come in, and it's absolutely about tautoko people, and so people, it's and because of the age group, people of this. People who are recently bereaved and have had things happening, and so there's a lot of support on an emotional level, but not on a contentious level. And the room is just full of the most diverse backgrounds and people, and it's the joy we all get, and the fact that everybody gets on with each other. And
What's your joy? I mean, like, really, when it comes down to it, like, after it's all finished for the evening and you're packing down your equipment, and there's a lot of preparation to put music together in a group. Like, managing people can be one thing. I do it as a profession. You've exceeded the amount of numbers that I have to look after. You're 150 odd, 121, between 120 and 150 on a Monday night. So what is your joy? What's that like for you? When you get home, man, you're flat out on your bed and you're like,
you're tired. We stop halfway through and have about 10 minutes, quarter of an hour. So we play from 6 to 6:45.
you just don't want to run out of puff, right?
But you say, what's the most important thing? I stand there and I'm just absolutely filled with joy. The room is it's like a whole lot of birds chatting around a tree. Absolutely full. Everyone's chatting away to each other. And I go, oh my God, that is the biggest joy, is all these people connecting with each other, and most of them were strangers previously. There's all these friendships started up, and people rush to they've got all their own little tables now in their groups, and they're chatter, a really happy buzz in the room, and that would be the thing that gives me the most pleasure, is that everybody's so happy.
I know that we've spoken in times past, and that you're a musician, I am as well. And one of the things is that when you play with someone you've never met before, you never laid eyes on this person, and then you're up, and within one song you are now brothers, or you're now brother and or sister, and only music can do that. And that's the thing that I've always found with music, is that you were a complete stranger to me, less than 2 hours ago. Now we're up on the stage jamming our hearts out, and now we're brothers, and or we're brother and sister, or whatever the situation is. That's what I love about it, and it sounds like that's what's going on within the group.
Level playing field.
Absolutely, isn't it?
Very few things in life are a level playing field. It doesn't matter who your father is, what you've done in life, what your job was. Nothing matters. You just play music, and spiritually you're joined with everybody, and the feeling of unity is actually almost overpowering. It's so strong, but there aren't very many situations in life where it is a level playing field like that. So we keep it at a jam level, because if you get too fancy, then people stop coming because they can't keep up with it and things. Not that I'm a fancy ukulele player by any means, but we're happy to keep it just strumming and singing well-known songs, and so that it's, because people who want to get fancy, they'll carry on and do that anyway, and do private tuition and things. So I try to keep that kaupapa there and not get carried away with start doing harmonies and tricky things and whatnot. That's when it starts, people start feeling, they stop coming. I've seen it happen in other groups. It just gets too fancy.
Yeah, let the music win,
Yeah, this is about a joyful Monday night.
A joyful Monday evening.
And one lady was saying...
Are you sure it's not a dating group?
No, we're too busy singing.
You're too busy singing to hand out phone numbers and, oh, can you add me to my can I have your Instagram account details, please?
There's something I was going to say about that. No, it's gone. No, let's go on that moment.
I was rudely interrupted by the interviewer, right? Look, it's
about joy. It's about joy and coming together and fellowship and all those things. The music is just the tool that brings everybody together. It's and so there's this. Oh, the other part of it that I never ever saw happening, and haven't encountered it in other ukulele groups, is the whole dressing up thing. It's,
woohoo!
it's as much as the ukulele thing. It's like people going in second-hand shops and getting clothes and making fun. So someone's walking around squeezing something and the ears are popping up on their head. And it's just, again, everyone's just laughing their heads off. And when we do gigs, that's what the residents in the homes and we do gigs for council and things, community gigs. That's what they want us. I think all these old people having a good time. They call it living your best life.
Yeah.
Well, we can all see the goalposts. Life's coming to an end, and we've stopped worrying about what people think now. We're just going to have a good time.
It truly is all about the V word, vibe.
Yeah.
And that's what I get when I watch the videos and I look at the photographs. There's just this immense vibe coming from out of that room. And, I've got the ringleader sitting in my lounge. I mean, how do I explain that to people? Oh, by the way, she's the one that's responsible for all this wildness that goes on up in Tauranga.
It's got an momentum of its own now. As I was saying to you before, I could easily pull out now and the whole thing would just carry on. The momentum's fantastic. And as the group got bigger and more, like from it just being me showing a few chords, we've ended up having to have a band and much more structured. People just rose to the occasion, and without a formal committee, we've got people who are totally committed to all the running part of it. Yeah.
That's like a swear word, the big C word, committee.
Yeah, we don't do committees. Cause no, it gets too complicated, so we don't have meetings.
Oh, lovely. It's been lovely to get an insight into how you feel about the group, and because you're up there leading it, I wonder whether you had time to even reflect upon it sometimes, because I know when I've had conversations with you about it sometimes, I've often wondered.
It's a lot of focus and things on the actual night, but as I say, seeing everybody connecting, that is every time, that's the thing that just absolutely fills my heart to overflowing. It's just like all these new friends and the excited, happy chatter and all the funny outfits and joy, happiness, and love, and everybody hugging each other and it's just lovely. It's like a big love fest, in the nicest possible way. We're all very old.
Well, you've matured somewhat.
It's an appropriate love fest.